Our team has certainly prioritized this case in our advocacy, working to raise awareness and help promote accountability. We recently met with senior officials at the State Department to press for greater transparency in this case as it heads to trial. I'd like to now turn it over to our advocacy coordinator, Jamie Bahoura, and our vice chair, Atour Sargon, to share highlights from our advocacy work over the past year.
Thank you, Alex, and thank you, Bedri. I know we're following, it's really hard to follow Bedri, and I hope that each of us will continue to follow the case. The case continues next week, so everything you can do, even as small as retweeting, resharing what's happening, brings more attention to what's happening to his family. So thank you again. And we're just gonna shift over a little bit. We've briefly gone over some of the advocacy, and some of our panels will dive deeper into some of those advocacy that we've had throughout the year. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna spend 10 minutes to quickly give you an overview of some of the impact that we've had over the years, some of the work that we've done. And with that, I'll pass it over to Jamie.
Hi, everyone. For those of you who were in attendance yesterday, you should know me, but for those of you who have joined us today, welcome. My name is Jamie Bahoura. I am API's advocacy coordinator. Again, for those that were there yesterday, we touched a little bit on, what we do in advocacy, but as Atour mentioned, we wanted to take some time and walk you through the things that we have accomplished and the progress that we've made, because I think it's really important to take stock of the progress we make to see that we do have an impact and the things that we do make a difference. So we're going to take you through our advocacy by the numbers. And so we've been hard at work over the past few years, and we've increased our advocacy outreach by a lot. And we've done it through a variety of methods, including sending out 16,498 emails. It's a lot. It's an estimate. Our inboxes are very full. Don't get it wrong. We've hosted 134 congressional meetings to inform representatives and their staff members on our key policy priorities, and obviously work to get them to advocate for our causes. So you can see here, we had a lot of it's been virtual lately, a meeting with Representative Zoe Lofgren of the California's 19th District, in which she signed on as a co-sponsor of HRES 550, which was a great result of that meeting. And a few of you yesterday got to see what some of those congressional meetings look like for yourselves, which is really awesome.
All right. Thank you, Jamie. So these congressional meetings included one screening of the short film Grace, and I don't want to ruin it for anyone who has not seen it. We will be screening it later today. But as you'll see in the short film, we believe it's extremely important to show our representatives a perspective of what some Assyrians in Iraq experienced under ISIS, really underscoring the importance of API's work to support the safety and security of Assyrians in our homeland. We also have been working to support the safety and security of Assyrians in our homeland, and you've heard a lot about that. And we've done that by taking many, many meetings over the course of the past couple of years, including meetings with key U.S. departments such as the White House National Security Council, the Department of Defense, and the Department of State.
But we haven't done everything on our own. If you've been, involved with API in the past, I hope you all have participated in our 2 successful weeks of action that we've held over the past few years. So we had, weeks of advocacy in which people from across the country, across the world, have worked to advocate for our key policy priorities, reaching out to their representatives to co-sponsor our resolutions that were key highlights, observing Assyrian Remembrance Day, and a variety of other tasks. So we can't do it alone, as we've mentioned. We need the power of our community behind us, and so we're really thankful to everyone who has participated in our 2 weeks of action thus far, and here's to many more weeks of action to come. We have also successfully had 8 quotes in major news publications. So shout out Neil, who's featured here. But it shows that our impact has expanded. So we can see that through, these major news outlets reaching out to us for quotations and articles. Also notable is Rain's quote in The Economist. I actually stumbled upon this issue randomly, and I stole it from someone's house. Don't tell anyone, but I have it because I was like, this is too good not to keep, because it was just really random that we stumbled upon it. So it's awesome to see the work that we do just in the public sphere for everyone to see.
And through a lot of this advocacy and outreach, your emails, all of the work that we've done to bring awareness to some of the key issues impacting Assyrians in the United States and abroad really had some great results at the federal, national, local levels, and it's a small win for me, but I'm so proud to share that we were able to have a resolution in the village of Lincolnwood, where I live, recognizing the Assyrian genocide. It's the first time in our history at the local level, actually statewide, and so I'm really proud of that. And from there, we've seen many municipalities. We've seen Cook County government recognizing the Assyrian New Year this year. We've seen proclamations and resolutions in Michigan and California and Arizona. We're extremely proud of what our Assyrian American community is doing, and this is part of the collaboration that we talk about all the time. We have to support one another. We need to build on these initiatives, and we need to bring more awareness, and we've had a lot of success in the past year or so we're very proud of that, and we hope to continue to build on those initiatives. So this past year, we actually were really proud. I know that number. Our panel is meant to look at what we've done by the numbers, and I think this is something that we were really proud of. We had over 812 public comments sent into a local school board in support of an Assyrian language class. We'll hear more about that in a panel today, but the API was really proud to support this initiative, to support our teachers and administrators in the district, and a district with one of the largest Assyrian American populations in the state of Illinois, to help advance Assyrian language courses, which we are extremely proud of. You'll hear more about that today, but 812 public comments. I think Commissioner Murad mentioned yesterday how important it is to make your things that are important to you known in your local communities, from your school board all the way up, and we see what the impact has been, and you'll hear more about it. But when you attend these meetings and you make your voices heard, then those issues come to the forefront.
Awesome. Now, 1 seems like a low number, so it's not as outrageous as 16,000 or 812, but it's important nonetheless. We worked to pass through the NDAA amendment, which focused on local security in the Nineveh Plain, namely to support the NPU. In addition, it required a reporting requirement for return rates and the impacts of U.S. humanitarian funding to really ensure transparency and accountability for these funds, to really make sure that they're going where they need to be. And so including that reporting requirement was a really big win for us. And so 1 is small, but it has a very large impact. So it's not all about the really big numbers. It's about the small things that we can do along the way.
So this year, the Assyrian Policy Institute helped launch the first ever statewide Assyrian caucus. We are extremely proud of that. There are currently 22 members and counting. It is a bipartisan caucus. We talk about this a lot. We talk about bringing people to the table. Our issues are nonpartisan. Please think about that when you're doing your advocacy. It's a very polarizing time we live in. We have to meet people where they are, and a lot of these issues that affect our community are ones that we can all get behind. So we were so proud to help organize and advocate for this caucus in the state of Illinois. So proud to be down in Springfield with the API team to launch it. We had our first official event with the members of our caucus last month, and we're looking forward to what the future holds for Assyrian Americans in Illinois. And just as a note, we are doing preliminary research to look into similar initiatives in California and Arizona, and we look forward to working with our community partners to really bring that to fruition.
Amazing. And we've talked a little bit about this already, but all of those congressional meetings, the 134, the 16,000 emails, a lot of them were related to HRS 550 over the past year. So we've worked to gather 16 co-sponsors for the resolution to recognize the Assyrian genocide, which is a really big win for us thus far, but we're not done. We obviously want as many co-sponsors as we can get to pass this through, because genocide recognition, as we will discuss today, is just so vital for a variety of reasons, and I think we'll have really good conversations on why it's so important. But this resolution is a way that we can, solidify it in government and really have that impact at that level. So 16 thus far, but we're hoping that you all are going to help increase that today, because if your representative has not yet co-sponsored, you will have a prompt to message them and get the word out to be able to co-sponsor it. So we really urge you to be the advocates. So we do some of the work on the advocacy side, but we can't do it without you, because it's the constituents' voices that matter. Obviously for the Americans, apologies for anyone that's not American. So that was just a brief overview of what we've done so far in the past few years and the impacts that we can make. But I think, with your help, as I mentioned, we have much more to come. And we even saw yesterday that the impact that we can have as a group unified is so great. So we saw the launch of the Assyrian caucus, and in our meetings yesterday, we already got 2 representatives to verbally agree to join the Assyrian caucus. And we want that to increase as well. So we're going to push you to be advocates. You are strong as constituents. We're very strong united, and we have these priorities that we want to push through. And it's very vital that your voices be heard. So you'll get text messages throughout in regards to HRS 550, in regards to the Assyrian caucus in Congress, as well as to potentially thank your representative if you are lucky enough to have some of those representatives that just join on right away, like Rep. Harder and Schakowsky. So I think that's just the brief overview, but we're really excited. We had our great advocacy day yesterday, but the conversations obviously will continue on today in regards to all of our priorities, and we love to hear from you on what we should prioritize as well. Awesome. Thank you.